solution to get their name out to women who are like 15 to 25. Except it was pretty tricky because it's quite a private service that people don't really want to talk about, so doing just a Facebook group wasn't really the solution that was needed.
Yeah, it was a really good sort of a thing they really needed to do, was to get on the internet, because that's sort of where the people they need to reach are and hanging out. It's like everything you've been telling us, it's really hard to reach people with traditional advertising in that age group, so it's really important to them, but at the same time it's such a private organisation that you can't just sort of be really open about things on the internet. Like, we could put a whole lot of information on the website because they don't want to try and counsel people over the internet. So we sort of tried to focus on the advertising aspect and trying to drive people to the website to raise awareness rather than actual initiatives on the website or Facebook groups.
I guess it was time management as well, especially on their part. They were really busy, sometimes hard to get hold of. Showed us how sort of their organisation spread over the whole country, and no one kind of has a really big connection with each other, and just emailing lots of different people, all the different volunteers, which made it a bit difficult as well, but just showed that they really needed something to link them all together, which they don't really have, which is kind of what we tried to do through Google Documents and Basecamp.
Yeah, I think it definitely helped us actually in a way, being advertising students, because we both do copywriting papers and stuff, and I think that really helped us with writing things that are on the website and that. Like, it's quite easy. It's something we didn't really have to think about a whole lot. Yeah, at the same time, Monica can do web design. If she doesn't want to do advertising, she could always be a web designer, I reckon.
But we can both think visually as well, so doing ads and making them look good wasn't really hard for either of us. Ooh.
I just thought it was a great thing to do, and a really great feeling that we were helping people, you know. We kind of knew, we talked through it and we were like, well, you know, if we have to drop something, then, you know, we knew what we were going to do if we were running out of time. I think there was never really a real problem. Like, we knew what we'd do if we were running out of time, and we'd always get at least the bare basics of what we wanted done.
Hopefully that they can branch out into the digital media sort of side of it, and they can do it, and it's really not hard to do things like uploading a video to YouTube and using Skype to talk to their like clients if they need to, rather than on the phone. And email is quite a good way to go. I know that they like doing the face-to-face or phone-to-phone, but some people just can't really do that in their situations.
Yeah, it's easier for some people just to write an email. And the other thing is that what we wanted to do is, I mean, yeah, we made the website for them, and we wanted to do that, and we wanted to sort of revamp it and make it look better because it kind of needed that. But at the same time, we didn't want to just do that, because the website isn't something that needs to be updated all the time. And, you know, we do it and then we leave it, and they're not engaging with yMedia anymore. It's just there, and so we've tried to get them into Basecamp. We've tried to get them using all these other initiatives that we've done. We did the YouTube and the Google Documents, the Facebook flyers and the pay-per-click ads, and you know, we've tried to write out documents to help them to use that, and so they can do more advertising over the internet and just keep on using it and keep learning. So
because it's really not hard once you get started, and both like the people that we were dealing with, like Sandy and Cynthia, they are tech savvy and they do know how to do stuff. They just need to sort of sit down and have the time to do it, and something there to explain it to them just in an easier way. But they can work their way through it.
Yes, well the seminar and working with the students have made us aware of where young people are going for their entertainment, for their friendships, for advice. Whereas we were kind of sitting behind the yellow pages in the phone book and occasional other forays into radio advertising or television, but we weren't entering that internet world very much at all. Yeah, and what they've done on our website, that has been really good. They've changed the layout slightly and the colour scheme, put a new picture, and they've tried to match the colour scheme to one that we're probably going to use in the future. I just like the way they have introduced us to a young person. I think they've done that really well. They've got ideas of other things we could put on the website, so like add some stories of people who've been helped before. We haven't had a page for that. They say we could even put video clips on, which we hadn't thought to attempt. So, you know, they've just expanded our thinking of what can be done on our website and on other websites. And Basecamp, they've set that up for our own internal use. So we've made a start on that, because we have quite a few events through the year. We have a national conference that all the counsellors come to. That takes a lot of planning, and the national board often are remotely planning that, which is quite tricky. And we're all doing different parts of it, so Basecamp would be fantastic for that. They listened well, and they took in our concerns, for instance, about privacy, that we thought first of all about chat rooms and interactive sites where a newly pregnant person could talk to us or to others. But you see, once they've identified themselves with photos and names on somewhere like Facebook, they're not going to then turn around and use that same site to admit they're pregnant, because they want to keep that under. So they've had to, it's been quite a challenge for them to think around that. How can they get our name and perhaps the flavour of our agency out there without compromising people's privacy, but make it easy for them to spot us or get in touch with us.
Yeah.
The other thing they thought of was Skype. And I thought, well, that could be really useful for clients in remote places where we can't get a counsellor out to meet them. I mean, it's fine in the big centres. We can send somebody out within 24 hours to meet with someone. But if they're in a remote part of New Zealand, it's just not practical for them to meet with a counsellor. They were quite determined to find a way through, even when there wasn't an obvious answer, or there wasn't something that you could immediately see. They would sort of think it through and come up with not just one solution, but several, and then come back to us. I thought, yeah, I think it's opened our eyes to the possibilities out there in the internet, and it's educated us about what we ourselves can do, rather than the sort of attitude, oh, you'd have to get someone else who knows all about it to do it and run it and update it. They've given us very good instructions, and I mean, even though I think the competition's finished, they're still answering questions. If we have any technical problems, they say, try this, or so they've been very helpful, given us a good instruction manual to work from. So we should be able to run with what they have done, and maybe even venture out a bit further and know that there are ways to put your name on different websites. You just need to ask questions if you get stuck,